most recent Disney live action remake of the original Snow White movie, I thought it would be fun if we unboxed every single Disney live action princess doll so far. Going from Maleficent, Cinderella, Beauty and the Beast, Little Mermaid, Jasmine from Aladdin, Mulan, Tinkerbell from Peter Pan and Wendy, to now again the most recent live action remake, which is of Snow White. These are so interesting because a lot of these were made by different companies: Hasbro, Mattel, Jakks Pacific. What are you doing here? And some of these were kind of hard to get because they are based, they came out a while ago. Even have Tinkerbell here because while she's no longer a official Disney princess, back in the day she used to be part of the lineup. So I thought, why not include her here? Yeah, again, different companies, different times that they came out. It's kind of weird because again, like the licensing was all over the place with some of these Disney live action projects. They look kind of like a mishmash, but also I'm loving how they look all together so far. I was actually gonna make a video like this, unboxing every single doll when the live action Little Mermaid came out initially, like what, 2 years ago? But then the timing never worked out. So I thought I'll save these dolls for when the Snow White doll comes out. And now here we are. And it's kind of insane because I finally get to unbox these dolls. I got these dolls a long time ago, so like 2 years ago probably. And now we're here, finally. It's time to unbox these girls. Definitely gonna be comparing all of these dolls once they are out of their packaging. I'm gonna do a ranking as well. And I got them unboxed and I have to say, I am pleasantly surprised with all of them. I am disappointed with a couple of them. I'll get into it. But I think overall, some of these might be by different companies and they all have very different levels of, varying degrees of like, quality. But yeah, what do you think? Who's your favorite from this group so far? And keep in mind, the next live action Disney princess we're getting is Moana, and then after that we're getting Tangled. So that's so exciting. And also Hercules with Megara. That's gonna happen soon as well. That's gonna be so exciting. So I think I definitely can't wait. Especially also for a future Disney live action Princess Tiana. That would be so fun. I can't wait. But for now, I'm happy with this group. I'm just hoping that, Mattel releases like their version of the Disney live action Princess Jasmine, Aurora, Belle, and Mulan, because I definitely need them all to fit together as Mattel girls. Like I feel like they just need to be I just feel like it would be more cohesive, obviously. But I think even as is, it's not too bad. Princess Jasmine's head is maybe a bit too large. Still like really good overall. Just obviously Mattel, please get on those dolls. I want to see them do those dolls right now for these girls. It needs to happen ASAP. By the way, there are Disney Store versions of these dolls, Playline for Aurora, Belle, and Mulan. There was a collector one, and Cindy as well, but they're hard to find and also expensive. So here we are. I got the other, I got the other versions, the Playline versions. But anyway, let's get into each individually. Okay, starting off here with the live action remake of Cinderella that came out back in 2015. This is the doll that was released by Mattel called Cinderella Royal Ball. She looks absolutely stunning. She looks a little bit, messy here in the box. But yeah, we'll get her out of the box in a second. You can see here the packaging has a lot of cutouts of butterflies. It's just really nice touches here to kind of invoke the feeling from the movie. Moving it to the back, we can see a better look here at the title: Cinderella Royal Ball. Magic and romance fill the air as Ella finds true love at the royal ball. At long last, happiness is more than just a faraway dream. Here is Cinderella, played by Lily James in the movie, and I think she has the best movie overall, and she portrays Cinderella just in a great way. And so this is the Mattel version of the doll. There was a Disney Store version, of course, like I mentioned, the limited edition one as well, a taller one. But I think, the Mattel one, she looks amazing. The dress is huge. It's huge. It is so like wide, and there is a little bit of paper underneath to kind of keep the shape. So I'm assuming if I remove this, it's kind of stitched in place. It would also be able to maybe hold a better, more circular shape and not be as wide. It's made up of different layers. So we have the light blue layer here underneath. And then of course, as you saw, we have some paper here. And then we have 2 layers of like tulle. So here, the first layer is kind of like a periwinkle lilac purpley shade. And then we have over top that one, a kind of like light blue shade of tulle. So I think the kind of combination makes for a great shade of kind of like a, again, like a periwinkle purpley blue, like in the movie, because in the movie the dress is not like blue. There's like in different lighting you can see it kind of like changes color. So I think that's amazing that they kind of tried to go with that imitation with these layers. So looks amazing. And then the butterflies here, we have a ton of butterflies on the whole ball gown, you know, also on the back, as you can see. Yeah, there's just like a ton of silver, like glittery butterflies, appliques. And of course we do have also a couple of actual like sewn on butterfly details right here. We have 5 overall in different colors. And then moving on to her torso, to the bodice, of course, we have to see here. It is gathered, it is like cinched in. It has a low waist, I think. And then we have a off the shoulder kind of like situation here with the sleeves, like the poofy sleeves. Then of course you can see here, it has some more butterflies on the sleeves as well in different colors, 7 in total. That's so cute. And then the face, she has a new face sculpt, I'm assuming to resemble Lily James, and I think it looks like her for sure. We have some pink lipstick, some brown eyes, a little bit of blushing perhaps, and yeah, just that's really simple makeup, like nothing too fancy. Like in the movie, it is very simple as well. Her hairstyle is rather short. It is a little bit wavy. We have a braid here on the top. It also has some tinsel. So yeah, it's a little bit gelled, you know, but it's still soft. The hands here, which are like uniquely sculpted, you know, to have like the dainty princess hands, which I think that is such a nice touch, because obviously in the movie she also kind of has the same positioning sometimes. And then of course, lastly but not least, you have to take a look here at her shoes, which I think look so stunning. They are accurate, they're silver, they're translucent kind of glass, obviously trying to imitate. And then we have a gold butterfly on the front. So they're so pretty and they fit her perfectly. So that is Cinderella. I think she is just stunning in her large ball gown. Again, she just is so beautiful. And it's kind of shocking that she's the last Mattel Disney live action princess doll that we're gonna get until Tinkerbell. So brace yourself. Next, we have the live action Beauty and the Beast doll of Belle here. And this was released, the movie was released in 2017. And as you can see, this doll was made by Hasbro. This was the quintessential, you know, Belle live action doll. She has the, you know, playline kind of clothing, but still detailed enough. The packaging is very minimal. It does resemble the dome that protects the rose in the movie, right? The glass dome. There's a bit of filigree here decorating the plastic window here on the corners. And then of course we can see here the logo of the movie Beauty and the Beast. This doll specifically was called Enchanting Ball Gown. Here is the back. We can see a better look at the photo here of Emma Watson and then the logo, and then also Belle is radiant with beauty and grace as she descends the grand staircase into the enchanted ballroom. She's also wearing a ball gown, but of course you can see here much smaller in scale. The dress is all one piece again, and the skirts has different layers. We have the base layer here of like a light yellow, and then underneath we even have a petticoat. So that is unique to her. No other dolls have a petticoat. I think this is amazing because she's by Hasbro. So, and she has a petticoat. Like, I think that's just so cool. We do have this layer on top of the pastel yellow that kind of is more of like a very dusty yellow. All around the bottom here, we have some golden glitter details here. It goes all the way around to the back, which I think that is, again, amazing. Hasbro here. This is like Hasbro. And usually, even for Mattel, like they cut corners by leaving out details like this on the back. So you can see the different layers here as well. the second layer, the third layer, it kind of like splits open with the other two layers, and they are kind of like sewn in place. And then we have the bodice, which is kind of like glittery to add the details. And it is more of like a brighter yellow, kind of like similar to the base layer right there. We have a brighter yellow and a muted yellow here in the middle, and it's kind of like cut in a V shape. Of course, she's also wearing her unique necklace, which is supposed to resemble, I think, branches. And then we have her face sculpt, which is also unique for her because it's supposed to imitate Emma Watson. I think it looks like her enough. You know, it's not uncanny. It's not like, you know, bad or good. It's good enough. And especially like once we get to other dolls, you're gonna see that this is really good. This is good. Also comparing this one to the like Disney Store version of Emma Watson's Belle, like that doll is infamous now because so many people were like traumatized by her face sculpt. It just looked nothing like Belle. So I think compared to that one, this one looks amazing. We can see some freckles, some blushing, really light makeup, and it looks really nice. She has her hair here in brown, obviously. It is kind of a wavy here at the bottom. I have to say the hair is so soft from Hasbro as well. If you have any of those My Little Pony, you know, Equestria Girls dolls, the hair feels very similar to those. And so yeah. Then on top here, we also have the little gold detail here around the bun. It kind of resembles like leaves right there. It looks really nice, I have to say. It's all very tidy and intact to, you know, create her hairstyle. She's also carrying this little cardboard rose, which I kind of kept because like it's cute. And she does have articulation at the, you know, shoulders, elbows, wrist, and hip. No knee movement, but that's okay. I think, you know, I like that we have some, you know, arm posability. Let's take a look at her shoes as well here. They are in gold, and you can see they are kind of like a golden, like a rusty gold. They're not really vibrant at all. They are a new shoe mold, and you can see that they do resemble the shoes in the movie as well. Like I mentioned, she looks way better than the Disney Store versions for sure. I think her being from Hasbro, she has a petticoat, the different layers. The face doesn't look horrific, you know? She's a really great doll. I love her so much. I love the simple ball gown, but it's still poofy enough. I'm so happy like Hasbro did a good job with this one because, you know, again, as we move on, that kind of is about to change. Next up, we have Aladdin with Princess Jasmine here. The movie came out in 2019. They made a 5-pack, the Agrabah collection, and this is where they put the most detailed deluxe looking, you know, Princess Jasmine doll. She has all fabric clothing. She has her little, you know, cape, and the only other Princess Jasmine doll in her teal quintessential look was a singing doll with a molded on top. So of course I had to get this 5-pack just for her because she's the only like kind of good version of the doll wearing this outfit. It was insane. I cannot believe that this is like the only way you would be able to get her. It's in this huge pack. Here is a better look at the back. It says Aladdin, the Agrabah collection. These characters bring the streets of Agrabah to vibrant life in Disney's live-action movie Aladdin. So we have a couple of portraits of all the characters: Genie, Aladdin, Princess Jasmine, Dahlia, and then of course we have Jafar. Yeah, it's a really long box, like the biggest box out of all of them. Princess Jasmine, who was played by Naomi Scott in the movie, and I have to say her portrayal of Jasmine was pretty spot on. I loved her passion to be the next Sultan, you know, of Agrabah, and I loved her different outfit changes. She probably has like the most like outfit changes we've seen in a live action Disney princess movie, but it kind of sucks that, you know, this is what we got for her Hasbro doll. So just remember, with Belle, also Hasbro, and now we have Jasmine, Hasbro again, and you can see the quality is so much worse. You can see here, these are two pieces, the top and the pants. The fabric for the top is like papery thin, but at least it's kind of like, you know, shiny and soft. I don't know. But the pants are pretty bad. Like, they are really papery, and they have all of the detail that's like sparkly. It's just glitter glued on, and it's coming off like really easily. So you know, it's like pretty bad. But at least I do like the printed on details, you know, like the peacock feathers here, like that's nice. The top, you know, as well with the gems, and you know, the detail is just all glitter, and that sucks. And just the fabric, like it feels so like sturdy and like papery, and it's just not, you know, at all what I want for this outfit on the doll. But I guess the only one thing that I do like is the cape here with the peacock feathers as well. It's kind of wide. I like that it's just one layer. Once again, all the detail is glitter, you know, but I do like how, you know, she has these little things where she can put the hands through, and, you know, depending on where you know, pose them, you can kind of make the cape go in front of her, and it kind of looks nice. So like that looks cool, like in front of her. You can have like one be like this. So I like the movement and dynamic of the cape, but the rest of the outfit is just so lacking. But yes, anyway, so she does have movement at the, once again, at the shoulders, elbow, and wrist, exactly like Belle, just a different skin tone, obviously. And then she does have also these shoes. They are, I think, accurate from the movie, but they are supposed to be more in gold, and instead they're just in teal, you know, so that kind of sucks. There's no painted details. Here's a better look at the printed details on the peacock feathers and the glitter, and then here's the cape. So like I like the cape. Like I think it looks nice enough, and it's like, you know, but it just sucks that obviously that's like the only kind of good thing about this doll. But even then, still really cheap. And then, you know, here's the top with the printed on fabrics. We can see her necklace with some teal painted in the middle, her earrings in gold, and then here is her little headpiece, tiara. And then we can see here her hair also. It's kind of long and black, and it's mainly, I don't think it's soft. It's kind of like poly probably. It only came with this one hair tie. I had to add these two myself to create her iconic hairstyle. So her face sculpt is kind of, you know, big compared to the other dolls, for sure. It's more cartoony, and especially compared to Mulan and Belle, who are also by Hasbro. It's just kind of weird how they made her face sculpt even like bigger, but I guess it still kind of captures Naomi Scott's likeness, you know, like the lip shape, the resemblance is there for sure. We have some light makeup here, blushing, the lips. Yeah, I think she's cute. She's just, yeah, the quality is just not there. It's paper thin. It's like very crinkly. You know, you can hear that. That's very bad quality. The glitter goes all over the place. And the only thing I like about her is the cape, and her face sculpt is kind of cute. So yeah, she definitely got robbed of a proper live action doll, unfortunately. Also released in 2019, we have the Maleficent Mistress of Evil 2-pack here, including Aurora and Maleficent herself. Now this 2-pack, and also the dolls for the first movie that came out actually before Cinderella back in 2014, these dolls were made by Jakks Pacific. So that's curious how Jakks Pacific made the movie, the dolls for the first movie, and then also for the second movie, even though the Aladdin dolls were made by Hasbro. And then in the same year, we got dolls by Jakks Pacific. So again, the licensing was all over the place. Even so, the dolls look really pretty here. The detail is like really nice. And this was expensive on eBay to find. Also, it was kind of hard to find, but I think it's doable. It's just, yeah, I think maybe this is kind of like a unofficial collector 2-pack because of the pricing and because they are a bit more detailed. We can see a better look here at the full image of Maleficent. Here is the title. Of course, it says Aurora and Maleficent. Maleficent, Mistress of Evil, explores the complex relationship between Disney's most notorious villain, Maleficent, the Horned Fairy, and the soon-to-be Queen Aurora as they form new alliances and face new adversaries in their struggle to protect the Moors and the magical creatures that reside within. Taking a break from Hasbro, next up we have the Elle Fanning doll playing Aurora here from the second movie. She looks stunning. She is so precious in her pink little dress here from the movie. The first movie didn't really give us a doll of Aurora in a pink dress. So I'm really happy that in the second movie we got one finally. You can see here the dress has like 2 layers. One layer is at the bottom. It's like this soft baby pink pastel. Then we have the over layer, which has all of this embroidered kind of like stitched on detail that kind of looks like flowers. And this goes all the way around to the back as well, as you can see here. That's really amazing. You can see this entire skirt overlay, like it's a separate piece stitched on, and it just has this continuing, you know, like pattern of the stitched on flower detail. And then we can see here also in the back, attached to the top actually, we have a cape that has a hole here, and it's just one layer of tulle. You can see here it's like a baby pink, the same shade like this fabric, I'm pretty sure, but this one is just yeah, just a bare fabric, no embroidery, no stitched on details. It's just kind of like there to give us an extra layer in the back. So I think that's a nice addition. On the front of the upper waist, we can see here that she has a bow tied around. This bow actually is like velour. So like the front portion here is very soft. Her sleeves are long, and then she has a collar here as well. By the way, here are her shoes as well. If you were wondering, they are kind of just very simple, you know, brown heels, but they do have a couple of molded on details with some flowers, and yeah, they're kind of pointy. So, and then here's her face sculpt. So she does resemble Elle Fanning for sure, but once again, just a more cartoony version. But at least for her, the head sculpt isn't huge like Jasmine. So I think it just gives us a really sweet, you know, version of Elle Fanning from the movie, especially like the nose profile. You can see it's definitely like resembling her likeness for sure. The makeup is very light. We have some pink lips and some blushing as well. She also has these 2 fabric, you know, flowers sewn on to the front of her hairstyle. They have a base layer for the leaves in green, and then the front is like pink. I love this. Again, it's so soft, so feminine. And then of course the rest of her hair is just blonde and a little bit wavy. It was gelled a bit in the packaging. That was Princess Aurora from the second movie, in her iconic, you know, pink dress. I love her dress. It's one of my favorites for sure because of the detail with the flowers here, and her face sculpt and the bow. I just think she's so sweet and innocent, and she looks so amazing. I wish, you know, I do think Jax Pacific did a good job on her, but I do wonder like how a Mattel doll would have looked like for these movies, you know, for her, in this dress. Like, it could have looked so great, but you know, knowing Mattel, would they have given us all this sewn on detail with this overlay fabric? I'm not sure. Next Disney princess to get the live action treatment was of course Mulan in 2020. For her, we got this special collector 2-pack, also including the witch antagonist from the movie, which was a brand new character added to the movie. Of course, a lot of people don't like the live action movie of Mulan, and it did have a lot of changes. And so I think also with the dolls once again being made by Hasbro, you know, it's not exactly what I think most of us wanted from a, you know, Disney princess live action doll treatment, but it's what we got, and I think, you know, there's still positives for sure. But yeah, this is the most detailed Mulan doll version in this outfit. There's another one that came with the matchmaker look that I'll show you as well to compare. Then turning it around, we can see here the description and another picture of Mulan. It says, Hua Mulan sets out on an adventure that will transform her into a legendary warrior. Along the way, she meets Xianyang, sorry if I butchered that name, an ally of Burkhan. Again, sorry. In the ruined forces, Xianyang possesses special powers and has more in common with her adversary Hua Mulan than she realizes. Again, sorry for the name butchering. Going back to Hasbro, we have Mulan here, who was portrayed by Liu Yifei in the movie, and of course we're gonna compare her as well to the other doll that came with the matchmaker outfit, and she also came with the the warrior look. So first of all, the matchmaker outfit was a nice little version to give us a doll of like the outfit. Still the fabric is very paper thin, but at least it looks kind of nice, so yay. Also, a significant difference is the side glance. So she is looking forward and she's obviously looking to the side. This doll comes wearing the helmet and the torso armor, but I already took them off and they're basically the same. So I wanted to actually compare the actual fabric portion of the dress because it is very different. So you can see here that the deluxe version with the witch character here, we have an actual like printed on detail here around the collar, and also there's an actual extra layer of fabric here that kind of like looks like the shirt underneath that's separate. Here on this version, it's all just one piece printed on, and then the sleeves are not hemmed. Here they are hemmed, and then the bottom, you can see here the layer, the different kind of like looking layer overlap of the robe is just printed on here, but on this version there's actual 2 layers. So yeah, there's definitely some more details here on this version than there is on this one, but it's weird because this one includes a sword halter, like to hold a sword, but this one does not. But yeah, so the outfit is mainly one piece with the fabric robe. The shirt underneath is still attached to the robe, unfortunately, but it's at least better than having it all printed on in the front here. And then we do have this removable armor piece in plastic over top. So yeah, that's all. These are 1 and then 2 pieces, and then the pants are also a separate piece. Her boots are just brown. I don't even need to zoom in because they're so boring. But yeah, you get the gist. They're supposed to look like the combat boots in the movie. And of course we have her sword. She can hold it. That's really fun. We do have some posability here at the shoulders, our elbows and the wrist once again because it's Hasbro. And also she even has movement at the knees. So that's an improvement over Belle and Jasmine for sure. The hair is a similar quality to the matchmaker's hair. I think this one is softer and this one's not as soft, but maybe it's just because I haven't combed it as long. And then of course, like I mentioned before, we do have her, face up here. It's supposed to once again imitate the likeness of Liu Yifei. So it kind of looks like her for sure. There's minimal makeup, and then we have some blushing and also natural lips. So yeah, I do like these side glance. It definitely adds some personality to her, some character expression, right? I do like that. Overall, this doll, she's kind of just like bland. It's not really the doll's fault because the movie's outfits are kind of bland to begin with, and the whole movie is not like amazing. So yeah, but she's fun. She's fine. I do like the red, the detail here on the robe, the hems, and then obviously this layer, it's like separate overlap, so that's nice. It's not just a print like with the other version. I think it's nice. She's cute, but like I also would have preferred to have seen a Mattel version for this doll, and maybe they will make one for sure in the future. I think they might. Let's see, who knows. Taking a break from 2 packs here, next up we have the honorary Princess Tinkerbell here that was included in the Peter Pan and Wendy Disney Plus live action remake that came out in 2023. I saw it, I think it was fine, but I think Tinkerbell's portrayal in the movie is one of the best things. She's just so lively and so fun. The actress, I forget her name, but Yara, she captures the energy of Tinkerbell so well. She looks amazing in the movie, and the doll based on her also looks so cute. So I had to include her here. And thankfully, this one, we're now getting back into Mattel territory. You can see here the packaging is very slim, very simple, not too much going on. And then we can see here on the back of the box, a little bit of description, another beautiful photo of Tinkerbell flying around. And then here it reads, Peter Pan and Wendy is the timeless tale of a young girl who travels with her 2 younger brothers to the magical Neverland. There she meets a boy who refuses to grow up in a tiny fairy and an evil pirate captain, and they soon find themselves on a thrilling and dangerous adventure far, far away from their family and the comforts of home. She is pretty simple. Her dress is one piece. It has a couple of layers. So the front layer here has a print. Then we have some ruffles here as well. This has also some glitter on the print, which I think doesn't come off too easily, so that's good. Under this print, we do have couple of layers of like lighter yellow where it kind of makes up the leaf texture of the dress. So yeah, pretty nice. They're kind of rigid. They don't feel like the best quality for fabrics, but you know, I think they do their job. It looks nice enough. She does have articulation at the shoulders, the elbows, and wrists, and she also moves at the knees. So that is really nice. She does have the pointed feet here. Her face sculpt is just stunning. I mean, look at this expression. It definitely captures the actress for sure. I love the little smirk, the baby hairs as well. It's really nicely done. And of course we have her hair. It's a nice little bun here. We have a braid as well on the front. And her wings are super detailed. They have a lot of glitter in the actual plastic embedded. You can see there's a lot of molded on details here as well. And this is how it looks like on the back. So you can see the Velcro here on as well for the dress. This is how you can pose them like this, or you like that obviously. But then if you want to take them off, you gotta have them this direction and you gotta pull out like this. So that's how you get them off. And if you want to put them back in, you just kind of snap them in, rotate them outwards, and voila. There you go with the Tinkerbell wings. So yes, she's a really simple doll for sure. No shoes, no accessories. But I think she definitely captures the look from the movie, and also the actress Yara Shahidi. I mean, she plays her really well in the movie, and I see the essence here of the actress and the portrayal in this doll. The next Disney princess was in 2023 with the Little Mermaid remake, of course, played by Halle Bailey. And we have this 2-pack here that also includes Prince Eric. This was actually his only doll released from the entire live action movie. I think this is the quintessential dress, the most iconic dress that she wore in the movie. She does have a, you know, pink celebration dress that she wears at the end of the movie, but I feel like this one's more, it just suits her better, you know, the colors and the style. So I think this dress is kind of like her signature dress, if you will, from the movie. She never really got the collector treatment, unfortunately, from, you know, Mattel with a collector doll like we'll see with Snow White. But you know, I think this is okay. This is cute. She has accessories as well. Here we have the back, of course. We have a nice stock photo of the two dolls. They look so cute together. We have some more dolls here at the bottom, and then it says Ariel and Prince Eric. The Little Mermaid reimagines the beloved story of Ariel, a curious mermaid who longs to experience life on land and finds herself on an unexpected journey of self-discovery. So the face sculpt was made new and specifically for Halle's likeness. It looks like Halle. It captures her sweetness, and the eyes are big. We have her little beauty mark as well. She has some blushing, and otherwise not too much makeup on. We even have some baby hairs right there. And this doll specifically, she's wearing the main outfit from the movie, the blue dress, but also she has the pink little bandana on, and it's plastic, so yeah, it does come off if you want to, but it looks really nice on her. And then her hair is a mixture of braids and soft crimped hair in like a warm tone. Then her dress has the poofy sleeves, the printed on little corset moment here with some pink details. She includes her bag in beige with the little figurine of the mermaid in you know, jade color. And then we have the skirt with the printed on texture, and then her shoes are the pink boots. So yeah, she has basically the most detailed version of this blue dress to date, because the other version includes this one with the sandals. You can see here she has the flat feet, and the other difference is that she does not include the, you know, bandana, and also she doesn't have the added detail of the corset in pink. The sleeves and the ruffles here are basically the same, but the texture also, it's printed on this one. Here it's actual like texture. So it's kind of weird that they gave her more prints, but here we have the texture, but no pink shoes, and also no pink bandana, and the corset isn't here. So this is definitely more of a simplified version of what this look is going for. Then of course we also have another outfit in the movie, which is the pink celebration outfit from the end, kind of like her wedding look as well. So yeah, you can see here they share the same boots as well, and but I think like this one looks better on her overall. And then we also have some mermaid versions for Ariel, since you know, I do think it's worth to note that this is actually the most expensive one that they released. You know, she's on sale now, but I think initially she cost like around 50 US dollars, since she also includes a stand that's unique to her with the water spiraling. It really looks nice. She's also the only one to include the articulation at the elbows and wrist, and also at the knees. So yeah, all the other Ariel dolls, they don't have this range of motion. She also has the rooted lashes and some more accessories, and of course we have some more details here on the fin, as you can see here, compared to this one, which has the plastic fin tail for the most part, and just the fin is fabric. Hers is completely fabric and also completely removable, so that's also a difference. So yeah, the hair is the same, the tops are a little bit different. If you're looking for the best mermaid version of Ariel, this is it. If you're looking for the best human version of Ariel, this is it. So yeah, overall, I'm really happy that we got so many Ariel dolls from the movie, because yeah, for sure, great movie, well deserved. And I think she's a really cute doll, even though her dress, the texture isn't like really there, but still, I love the details here. And obviously the face is just always so sweet. And lastly, of course, we have the one who started it all, the first ever Disney princess, Snow White, in her live action remake doll. So of course the packaging here is probably the most deluxe out of all 8 dolls that we've seen today. She actually has like really nice packaging. The outer cover has a lot of you know, raised sections with the apple. It's shiny even, as you can see here. It's really nicely done with the little flowers as well, the branches, and then we even have the logo. But the whole presentation of the packaging looks really nice. And then of course we have the doll herself. She looks amazing. It's obviously based on Rachel Zegler's likeness, and I think it does capture her resemblance really well. It's not uncanny, but it's there for sure. The inside of the packaging also looks like it's a bridge here, and in the background we have the forest scenery. They are only making this doll from Mattel for the movie, unfortunately. There's not going to be a playline or anything. This collector doll is all we're getting, but honestly, I'm okay with that, because I feel like she is just giving us everything we want from the Snow White doll. Like, I feel like she's just the quintessential perfection of what we wanted all along. So she's the only one who includes a stand. So yes, she's for sure the most deluxe out of all 8 dolls, I think. And she probably looks the best. I don't know. Of course, we're gonna rank them in a second. It says that Snow White, hunted by her jealous, wicked stepmother, Snow White joins forces with miners and a group of rebels and finds the strength and courage to overthrow the evil queen and become the leader of this once joyful, prosperous land. So there we go. Really fun packaging. Description, of course, I have not seen the movie yet, but I am gonna go watch it. I am gonna go in with an open mind, and I'm hoping I'm gonna like it. I've heard good things so far. I think this doll, we can all agree, looks amazing. Like the detail, the quality, it's all there. And honestly, she even feels like worth the price you're paying. So it just sucks that she's attached, you know, like the whole movie, it's just been through so much when it should have been a very simple and straightforward movie. And there should not have been so much drama surrounding it, but unfortunately, you know, here we are. And she's actually the only one to include a certificate of authenticity here, which is really a nice touch, because obviously she is more expensive than usual, 75 US dollars. She does include a doll stand here as well in white. The base has some filigree and also the Disney logo right there. It is a saddle stand, which is nice, so it doesn't, you know, disturb the volume of the dress. So that's really cool. She also includes 2 birds here that she can actually, you know, you can actually attach these birds to her hand, which is really nice. And also the same with the apple here, which has a golden stem, if you can see that. That's a really nice painted detail. As you can see here, Snow White actually comes wearing the red cape here that she has in the end of the movie. And by the way, so I just saw the movie on the 23rd of March. That was a Sunday, and there weren't many people in the cinema. Like there were just 6 people in total, including me, and my dad. So safe to say there wasn't too many people in the room, but also I went to the late showing like at 8 o'clock. So granted, you know, there could have been more people and kids in the room at earlier showings. But I just think the hate that this movie has been getting, it's kind of ridiculous, especially like Rachel Zegler, like just because of some stuff she said, which was probably imposed on her to say by Disney. So it's not even like she probably chose to say those things. It's just all PR, right? I still think like the movie is actually really great. It's not the best, but it's also not the worst. So I feel like the hate is completely undeserved, especially for Rachel. I think her portrayal in the movie is actually one of the better things from the movie overall. Like for sure, her singing, her acting, it's like actually like really good. So yeah, I think she looks stunning in this hood. It looks exactly like her in the movie. Of course, it's also very soft and just a really nice quality for sure. You can of course take it off, as we're gonna do right here. That's how she takes it off also in the movie. She takes off the hood first, ooh, and then she takes off the cape. So yeah, I think the cape is a nice inclusion, but obviously for most of the movie, she is wearing the dress just like this. She's actually also missing the bow for like a good portion of the movie. She only has the bow, I think, at the beginning before she enters the enchanted forest. Obviously, gorgeous face sculpt, again, new and especially designed to capture the likeness of Rachel Zegler. I think it looks like her for sure. The resemblance is there. I love how it has her essence, and we have her like really nice expression here. We have some red lipstick. Her beauty marks are there as well. She has a bit of lavender eyeshadow, like it's like very subtle, and then her eyebrows are also really nicely detailed. And then of course we have her bob, her curly short hair. In the movie, it looks not as good all the time, but it's also better, I think, than most pictures. But here in a doll, it looks even better. It's just really well done. It is a bit messy, but it is gelled. So obviously every doll's hair will look different depending on, you know, whatever you get. She does have, like I mentioned, the bow here in red. That's a separate piece. And then we have her top here, like the upper portion of her dress. We have this lighter blue. In the center, we have this crisscross, like little rope detailing here for the corset portion. And then of course she has some lace here on the top, which is a really nice detail. She includes her silver heart necklace from her dad, which is really nice. And then she has these huge poofy sleeves in a darker blue that also have the cutouts here that also show off the red underneath. We have this ongoing also pattern of filigree all throughout the blue fabric. And then we can even see that here on the inside of the sleeve, it is lined to some extent in red. There's also even these red bows here on each of the sleeves. Here she has the belt in gold with the buckle, and then going down to her skirt, it actually has multiple layers. So the first layer is this one right here, like a really vibrant yellow. The second layer is this one, which has the actual design on it. And then this last layer, kind of like an organza, right? It's kind of like it meshes all of them together to create this really nice cohesion of color and detail and flowiness. So I love that we got multiple layers here for this doll. Then lastly but not least, we have her really nicely detailed shoes, and the shoes themselves actually have some real ribbon tying around the ankles here on the back. So be careful not to undo those. But yeah, the actual details here are really nice on the shoe themselves. And then here on the bottom, you can kind of see here that the bottom of the shoes, the soles also have some molded on details. Here's a look at the back. You can see here it opens up with Velcro all in one piece, and also the collar, I forgot to mention, is really nice, nicely done. I'll get to my ranking in a second, but I think overall she's definitely one of the best Disney princess live action dolls we've had so far. From the likeness to the dress quality, she has a stand, accessories. Like, I think she is just, they really went above and beyond for this doll. And I wish I could say the same for the movie itself, but at least it's safe to say that for the doll, she looks amazing. She's a great doll, totally worth getting. I mean, seriously. And that was my ultimate review here of every Disney princess live action doll we have so far. So I think, you know, best hair goes to Ariel. She has the softest hair out of all 8. The best face, I don't know. I want to say like it's a tie between like Rachel and Ariel, but I think it has to go to Tinkerbell. Just I feel like that face is so precious, you know. Best dress, again a tie between like Aurora, Cinderella, and you know Snow White. But I want to give it to Aurora. I just love that dress, like the pink, but then we have like that stitching detail all over it, and then we have like a cape, the little flowers as well, like so cute. I just love the dress. Best overall dress quality has to go to Snow White, of course. Best shoes, Cinderella, duh, obviously. I mean, look at these shoes. I think overall they all have something I love, and it's just really interesting to see like the evolution of Disney princess live action dolls. You know, we have Jack Specific, we have Hasbro, we have Mattel. You know, it all started with Cinderella, and now we're all back to Mattel with Snow White. Which one is your favorite? And you know, my ranking goes as follows. So in last place, can you guess who it is? It's Princess Jasmine. Unfortunately, yeah, the outfit is pretty bad quality. It's really papery feeling, and all the glitter comes off. It's just, yeah, it feels really bad. The only thing I really like about her, except for the face is pretty cute, is her really nice cape here with the peacock feather detail. I think that's really nice, but overall the outfit just does not do her justice, and she deserved so much better. Next, in 7th place, I have to go with Mulan. Unfortunately, you know, I like her more because her outfit at least doesn't feel as papery, and there's no glitter that's coming off, so that's great. I do like her face, and the hair could have been better for sure. Then in 6th place, I have to go with Tinkerbell. I do love her face. Like, it really is so sweet, and it captures the energy of Tinkerbell and the actress. I love the wings, but her dress is once again kind of papery, and it has glitter on top that kind of like flakes off, so that's why she is in 6th place. Then next up in 5th place, this was kind of hard because you know, it's controversial, but I have to put Ariel. You know, I do love Ariel. Like, her face is so sweet. The hair is really soft, like I mentioned. The dress is actually like really soft as well. Like, it's good quality, but it's just not detailed enough, and that's not really on her. In the movie, they just never even gave her a really nice ball gown to begin with, and Mattel never also gave her a collector doll. So I feel like that's also kind of like, we missed out for sure. But I do think she's a cute doll, but it'll make more sense because in 4th place I had to go with Belle. That's why she's in 5th place, because Belle, I think, comparing these two, she has a better dress, and it has layers, the fabric is nice and soft, and she has a petticoat, like literally a petticoat under here. That's insane. So not even Cindy has a petticoat. So I think the dress is really well made. This gold goes all the way around, you know, in the back as well, which is saying something for Hasbro, because Jasmine is also Hasbro. That's, you know, crazy. And the face is not too bad. You know, I think it captures Emma's likeness, and it's definitely better than the Disney Store version for sure, right? We agree? Okay. Then next up in 3rd place, was also kind of difficult, but I had to put Aurora, because she is just so sweet. Once again, I just love the dress on her. It feels like really nice and soft. There's different layers. We have the ribbon here that is like velvety, you know, it's very soft. We have a cape. Then also there's also this you know, layer over top the actual silk underneath. This is really nice, and it's probably not cheap. So that's also really cool. Then in 2nd place, can you guess who it is? It's Cinderella. She is, of course, in my top 3 because her ball gown is so big, literally so poofy and large, so wide. She has 3 different layers. We have like 2 tulle, and then there's one underneath. And then of course we have her shoes. So I just love how poofy it is, and there's like butterflies all the way around. There's the glitter. The glitter kind of flakes off, unfortunately, but it's still really nice. And I love how the 2 different tulle layers here kind of give off the impression of periwinkle. I think that's really nice. Also, I like the bodice, you know, and the butterflies off the shoulder. And then of course the face, it captures Lily James so well. And I think that's just why she has to be in my top 3. Then of course in first place we have Snow White. I mean, of course I had to put her in first place. She is so pretty. I mean, look at this face. It captures Rachel's likeness so well. The dress has the best quality, hands down. There's not even a competition here. She has the best dress quality from all 8. I just think she looks the part. It's all there. Even the shoes have like real ribbons, you know, tying them around the ankles. So I think, you know, Rachel Zegler's Snow White, number 1. Number 2, Cindy. Number 3, Aurora. Number 4, Belle. Number 5, Ariel. Number 6, Tinkerbell. Number 7, Mulan. And in last place, Jasmine. But what does your ranking look like, and what do you like most about each doll? And yeah, just who's your favorite? Let me know down below. And that wraps it up for this hopefully not too long video. But if you're still watching, thank you so much. And I hope you all enjoyed. What do you think? Let me know down below. Leave a like, share, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and consider becoming a member today to support the channel if you're able to. And of course, so you don't miss out when I post more content like this coming your way and keeping you up to date with all the doll tea you love. Stay safe, be kind. I hope this next time, stay peachy. Kisses.